Hey, so my advisor was out of town and he asked me to give the lecture for him today. So I've never, ever lectured before, mostly because it wasn't something that interested me. Um, knew that I eventually had to do it, but it's not a requirement for me to be a teaching assistant. So, and because my advisor loves to teach, he's good at what he does. Like, he sings like country songs and rock songs to get the point across. So I was like, man, I feel really bad for them because it's 7:30 in the morning. I am not a morning person, and and they're not getting their same lecturer. So I was like, man, I have to be really upbeat. So that was really my focus. So my first lecture ever, I didn't have any coaching from my advisor because I was just like, oh, I'll get it done. Yeah, did stuff at the last minute. Oops. Anyway, so I had to teach the whole chapter. It's a psychology course. It's child psychology. So today's chapter was about understanding the self and understanding others. So I covered concepts like self-esteem, self-concept, self-awareness, describing how other people think, and prejudice. And it was just like, okay, so we get to this part where we have to talk about self-esteem. And there's this slide where it's discussing something called the self-perception profile. And it's basically a profile that researchers use to get an estimate or get an idea of what your self-esteem is. What is it based upon? And so it's like 5 competency levels, right? So the last one is about physical appearance. And so the example that has always been used is like, well, this is why I'm attractive, or because I'm attractive, so I feel good about myself. So then I started thinking, yeah, because I'm a hottie. Like, I just started thinking about things that people would say to give examples. So then once I started thinking about that, yeah, because I'm a hottie thing, it kind of morphed into that stupid Mim song. It's not stupid. I actually liked it. You know that song, This Is Why I'm Hot. This is why I'm hot. So originally I was just going to play the clip of This Is Why I'm Hot to, give them an example. And I realized that it wasn't really driving home the point. Mind you, the lecture is at 7:30 in the morning, and this is about halfway through the slides. So I had 42 slides to go through, and this was halfway through. So, so I knew at this point there's usually a lull around this point of the lecture. So I figured, why not do something that's just interesting? Why not rap? Right. I am not a rapper. It was funny to me. So, yeah. So I'll show you guys what I did, I guess. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So anyway, so I'll come back and then I'll like edit everything and I'll give you like a little reenactment with the slides and everything. Okay, but they really liked it. So now we're going to talk about self-esteem, and this is defined as a person's judgments and feelings about their own self-worth. So James Brown says, I feel good. Sadly, so does Hannibal the Cannibal and Jeffrey Dahmer. Go figure. And it's not just enough to say, hey, I feel good. That's not enough for self-esteem. Self-esteem is I feel good because I am good at something. I have some skill, some level of competency. I have something on which to base, my reasons for feeling good. And so, how do we know what this is? How do we know what makes up somebody's self-esteem? What are these competencies? Well, researchers came up with something called the self-perception profile, and it measures overall self-esteem as well as self-esteem in 5 specific areas. So what researchers are asking when they do this, they say, hey, tell me why you're hot. Tell me why you're hot. Tell me why, tell me why, tell me why you're hot. I'll tell you why I'm hot. I'll tell you why I'm hot. I'll tell you why I'm hot. Let me start it from the top. I'm hot because I'm smart. Have my masters, you do not. That is why, that is why, that is why I'm hot. I play basketball, hoop circles around all of y'all. I got a lot of friends, maybe 8 or maybe 10. Always do the right thing, no sex without a ring. Though the boys think I'm fly, they all look when I walk by. That is why I'm hot. That is why I'm hot. The self-perception profile, and I started from the top. Yeah, so that's really what I did. And then I went on to describe, I did like a little exercise with them. and I had them tell me which part of the rap, went with the 5 specific areas. So I thought it was pretty cool, and their reaction was so cute.
Huh. Huh. All right. So I tried to get through all of them. And thank you, thank you, thank you. So that doesn't necessarily describe how I feel about myself. It just kind of sort of rhymed.
I think they were more stunned than anything else that I actually did it. Because one, they've never like seen me lecture. I usually just come in and give a quiz and leave. And two, I did exactly what I did for you. I was talking like I normally do, and there's normally music clips in the lectures, like on the slides, and they start and they stop on their own. But this one never stopped, and I started rapping, and their faces were like, is she, oh, wow. And they got a good laugh out of it, and so I think it really helped, move the lecture along. So I'm really happy. I'm thinking that I have now created a monster, so I'm supposed to give another lecture on gender in a couple of weeks. So I'll have to think of something to do for that. So if you have any kooky ideas, feel free to help me out.